Do you think the return of Christ is near? And this is actually from last week as well. What will happen to creation when Jesus returns? So this one's from today. This one's from yesterday. Is it near? And what will happen in creation when Jesus returns? The first, is it near? I think Christians should be very careful to say, this is when Jesus is coming. Because one of the main things Jesus says is it's going to come like a thief in the night. Meaning, no one's like, you know what, today's the night someone's going to break into my house. I'm going to be ready. You don't know. Like that's the analogy. That's the point of the parable. You don't know. Now, God has given signs of what will happen at the very end. And I think some of those things can be seen in the newspaper or on Twitter or whatever. It's like they can be seen. Be very careful. Basically, for the last 2,000 years, there's always a segment of Christians saying that Jesus is coming back right now. And so far, they've all been wrong. I grew up in a Christian household, and I'm very thankful for that. But I grew up, at least with some family members that were very confident that the Soviet Union was going to bring the end of everything and Jesus is going to return. Well, it turns out God outlasted the Soviet Union. It's like it didn't happen. It didn't happen. And we should be slow in making predictions. It can really unnecessarily jar people's faith when we make predictions that don't actually come to fruition. Now, what will happen when Jesus returns? The short of it is everything will be judged, and then everything will be made new. It's like you look at everything, and you have a little bit of bad, and you have a little bit of good in everything. And it'll all be separated, both good and bad, even our very selves. And if you have trusted in Jesus as your salvation, you know him, what will be preserved is you, and what will be taken is your rebellion. And part of knowing God is just growing in desperation for that day. It's like, I just can't wait for that to be taken from me.